What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Chuck Finley here with Let's Play Sonic Colors Part 14. We are in the Sonic Simulator. Uh, the I showed off the first level at the end of Episode 3. I've actually figured out what it is. This is how you get the Chaos Emeralds, and this is how you become Supersonic. If you can see here, these are green, yellow, gray, red, purple, blue, and light blue. Now these are all the colors of the Chaos Emeralds. And what you have to do is you have to beat, I believe all you have to do is just beat Act 3 for each zone to be able to just kind of skip and get to the Chaos Emerald. But because I didn't really know what it was last time, and I still don't 100% outside of just what it does for you, I'm going to go ahead and show off the entire thing from the start again, and I will just continue to show each individual act. You know, I don't know if you can actually skip or not. You know, if you can, that's great. It saves a lot of time. But if you can't skip, you know, this is a great way just to show off what these acts are like. Now, all you have to do is, as far as I can tell, just beat the zone. I don't believe there's any time limit or bonus that you need to, or a minimum score that you need to be able to beat. Yeah, crap, missed it. That you need to be able to beat in order to get the Chaos Emeralds. I believe all you have to do is just get in, you know, get through the levels, get it over with, because there is no ranks while you're going through here. So all you have to do is just get to the end, and you can collect some lives and everything. Now you're not actually playing as Sonic; you're actually playing as a Sonic robot while you're going through all this. And I haven't, you know, you would guess that these acting as the special stages, they will get harder as you go along. You know, these will be the easy ones for now, and then as you go along, they will get progressively harder. The 7th and the purple one being the hardest. Now you want to be very careful while through here because you can fall. You know, doing this, the Grand Slams actually gain you a bonus. If you can actually get the Grand Slam, you'll gain an additional 3,000 points, which is you know, always useful. What the? Oh, I guess that drops rings, and that'll drop you right to your death. Okay, I won't mess around with that anymore. But yeah, you know, as I said, I'm not too familiar. This is actually the first time playing the Sonic Simulator, so I don't know exactly what all is involved with it. So you know, this is kind of I guess you could call a blind run going through here. You know, and they don't actually follow anything like the. Let's see if I can get that to. There we go. These don't actually follow the level designs from previous levels, so these are like brand new levels. So if you you know, that kind of gives you a reason to play them as well. And I don't know the significance of these Robotnik hearts outside of just them giving you a bonus or a score bonus. I'll go ahead and see if I can collect it either way. And I'll just couldn't get the slam because I wasn't able to. What the? Oh, I keep thinking it's going to automatically just jump you in and in the game. Yeah, you know, there isn't a whole lot I can say outside of like trivia wise and everything. And I'll save the trivia for the level, or for the end of this video. This will probably be a pretty long video because I'm going to try to do every single level, at least. I may not do it all in one take, but I'll definitely try and do it all in one video. So I'm also trying to get through here a little bit faster. But you can tell, if you listen, you can tell that the music is different, and that is another way to actually get the Grand Slam. As long as you can just get enough robots damaged, you will get the Grand Slam. I'm sure this is the slower, less productive route, but I don't know. It seemed to be pretty fast while going through there. I don't know why you'd want to. Well, that's going to be difficult going through here without a blue wisp. Yeah, you definitely want to try to go after a blue wisp a little bit earlier on. And you may want to actually save that one. The one that I just collected here. See what that'll do for me. That may have granted me a Grand Slam. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the blue wisp and whether or not that will actually gain you a Grand Slam. I've never actually had it do a Grand Slam before. It's only in certain areas where you destroy either a long line of robots, such as the levels that we've been doing here. Crap. All right, well, we'll just time it and try to get out of here as quickly as possible. And besides, if you do this, you won't gain a color bonus, but you will be able to collect 3,000 points from the blue rings, which is always useful. Okay, so I can kind of tell what you need to do down there. You need to throw this box, and then you can get through there. A lot easier, and you don't have to worry about the spikes. Let's see, what is this? I have no idea. Maybe it's just something from Tropical Resort. Let me see what. Not every wisp actually gives you a color bonus, or a 3,000 for sure color bonus. Slot machines, it would seem. Yeah, see, I should get the Chaos Emerald now. I don't know if it'll actually show it, make it appear like a regular Chaos Emerald, or whether it'll just say, because you beat Act 3, you can see that the Chaos Emerald sign is lit up. And so I'm gonna test something here to see if you could just skip to Act 3 and save time. Now, if you can hear the music, that is actually a remixed version of the level themes that are playing right now. I believe of the Act 1 versions. And you can definitely get a feel for how slow Sonic is. These Sonic simulations are. Okay, I guess that's water. Are act just exactly the same as Sonic does. Normally through the rest of the game, and you can definitely get a feel for how slow Sonic truly is in this game by playing this Sonic simulator. I mean, it is just painfully slow almost. Oh. I didn't know what was going on with those, I guess they were flippers. You probably want to stand under the water because you'll not only avoid any choppers that you may see, but you can also gain some score. I do not believe score is actually important. It's probably a Grand Slam opportunity there, but destroy enough robots and you can just use the homing attack on all of them. And these they kind of look like pool balls, and they're all numbered. Ah, no, crap. That stunk. But oh well. Okay, I just can't hit them again while they're moving. So you want to be careful about doing that. Okay, now I ain't got no range. You do want to be careful while you're messing around with these balls through here. You can very easily end up dying because you took damage. Yeah, they're not that good for staying on the on the platforms. But you know, this is, you know, you would expect this to be hard because this is Act 3. You know, Act 3 for the first, or for the Green Emerald, was actually pretty difficult. You know, so you can't blame it for being a little bit harder than what Act 1 would be compared to, you know, the other. Act 1 would be easier than Act 2, and Act 2 will be easier than Act 3. I don't know the significance of what these are. Maybe you're supposed to jump on them while they're. Huh. I don't know. I guess they get you a score bonus perhaps, and I couldn't tell whether they did or didn't. But oh well. Anyway. I would say these would. I haven't noticed whether you can actually gain any lives or not, but I've maxed out the amount of lives you can get. You can only get 900 in this, or I'm sorry, 99 in this game, and so you cannot actually skip just doing Act 3. So that does stink, I guess. It makes it a lot more difficult for me. You know, obviously I was going to show off the entire, you know, all 3 acts for each Chaos Emerald anyway, but, you know, someone just playing the game normally, having just, you have to get all of the, I believe you have to get all of the red star rings to unlock all of the emeralds. I believe, you know, as you go along, when you notice that the emeralds were, or the red star rings were being put into the Sonic, to the game land. Oh wow. Okay, so that will crush you. That's not actually something you see too often in the Sonic series. Let's see. I just have to hit this button. This will make it those. And you know, and then you still have to go through and get all of this. I guess you only have 2 lives, or a set number of lives. You want to run through there. I'm sure they'll go up and crush you there. So I guess you don't actually retain your 900 and or your 99 lives while going through here, which is definitely something you want to be careful for and watch out, and make sure that you don't die. I don't believe there's any penalty for dying while going through here. You can time this to get that. You know, there you go. That's how you can get that. I guess you could look at those like red star rings or the collectibles for the game land. Again, I'm not 100% sure outside of just score bonus why you would want to collect those, and I haven't. And you know, obviously, it's not tied to any score-based system to get, or even ring-based to get these to get the Chaos Emeralds. I guess it's just, you know, if you want to compete with yourself, or, you know, gives you replay value to try to go after better scores. That's about the only thing that I could tell the you know, why you would need to have a score-based system. And you can just see how slow Sonic is to actually start up in this game, and to actually attain a top speed. You know, once you get going, you know, you can actually go pretty fast, but that's the problem. You have to get going. This orange is messing with me, the background, with the cubes in the background, and having to look at the floor. It's actually a pretty bad color to see. I'll just go this way. Ah, there we go. That's actually pretty useful. You don't have to worry about it. You know, you can see it's telling you to actually. It's asking if you want to. You know, it's telling you that the angle will send you backwards. All you have to do is just make sure that you are aiming it straight at the blocks, and you'll go straight. You don't have to worry about potentially missing. You know, I believe it was an asteroid coaster. Oh crap! I was kind of expecting that to be like earlier on in the level. But if you remember, an asteroid coaster, I believe it was Act 5, getting the 5th or the 4th. I think it was the 5th for Act 6, or I guess it was Act 5. Act 5 of Asteroid Coaster, getting the 5th Chaos Emerald required you to use the cyan laser to go underneath that platform to get the blocks, similar to this. Just, and that's all you have to do is just wait for it to, I guess you can get up there and get to that heart, but you have to be careful because it looks like you only have a limited number of them. You could obviously, because they give you so many extras, you could always run back and go after more to get the collectible here with the Robotnik heart. But anyway, I guess we'll just take this upper route. Wow. Yeah, you want to be careful. They don't seem to go with all that fast when they're moving up. I guess when they're moving down, they do go actually pretty fast. Well, I guess I'll get the Robotnik cart and see what that'll do for me. Again, nothing, but well, as far as I can tell, nothing. But oh, hey, that's pretty useful. And we'll just continue on this path. Alright, we'll get this one as well, and we'll see how deep we can go in here. You do want to be careful, as you can see that I am out of lives. Now, there's a trick to making sure that you do not run out of Wisp when you're using the cyan laser. You can actually, and I talked about this during part 13, but I wasn't 100% sure how to do it, and I'm still not 100% sure. What I've seen. Okay. I don't remember if that was actually if I got that symbol during part 1 or during Act 1 or not. I wonder if I collected all of the those. I'm just gonna say that I did. I didn't have to do anything special for it because I'm thinking that. Let me see. I still haven't been able to figure out what the assist button. Oh, it's the Y button for me. Okay. I don't know what the significance of doing this is. I guess life-based. I'll see what I can. No, doesn't seem to be life-based, so I don't know what the significance of doing that is. And I guess if you wanted to play as a different colored hedgehog, I guess that's about the only bonus I can see out of doing something like that. But that is actually, I guess, pretty useful if they added that in there. It gives you you can play as another hedgehog. A lot of people like to change costumes and their colors and different things like that. So I guess some people may like it. I personally don't care for that kind of stuff, but it is nice that they added something like that in the game. Now what I'm thinking is, and I'm hoping this isn't the case, but I think those Robotnik hearts are tied to the Chaos Emeralds. I don't know yet, but I think that may be the case. I believe I got all of them in the second zone, and I didn't get them all in the first zone, and didn't see the Chaos Emerald appear once I beat Act 3. Let's see what this is. Just drop a whole bunch of rings for me to collect. So that is a slot machine. Yeah, I guess it is a slot machine, isn't it? It's one of the handheld ones where you'd have to pull on the lever to be able to use it. But it's still a slot machine. And that isn't actually the first time we've seen something like that. It's the first time we've actually had to use the homing attack on a handle to be able to activate it. But in Sonic Adventure 1, in the Casinopolis zone, there was actually some of those slot machines in in the main casino area of the zone. collect all those rings, and there you go. I guess I'm making pretty good time. I'm about 20 minutes in, and I'm just now beginning. No, I'm not doing good time-wise at all. Should be going a little bit faster than this, I believe. But you know, as I said, this is a blind run, so I'm not too familiar with the what you have to do in the levels. And this is actually a throwback. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but this is actually a throwback to a puzzle from the Scrap Brain Zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, where you would have platforms that would move like that, where you had to get around them. You know, back in that game, back in those days, you didn't actually have the slide. Oh wow. You didn't actually have the slide, so it made it a little bit more difficult to go through those, and you had to worry about being crushed back then, and they didn't automatically slide or duck back in those days. But that is something pretty cool, you know, adding old game things from old games to see, you know, if for people who would recognize it. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, this is also a throwback to older Sonic games. I know of one for sure in Scrap Brain Zone Act 1, and I believe in Act 2 as well, had you dodging little balls that these little pigs would throw at you, and you had to climb up and down areas that looked just like that and try to dodge them. And you know, that's actually pretty cool. All the throwbacks to Sonic 1. Alright, so let me see what the okay. That's not creepy at all. I don't know what it's used for, but you know, hey. Oh, seems to damage me. That's always useful. Hopefully it's gone now. Yeah, that's just weird. I think I'm backtracking, aren't I? Yes, I am. Crud. We'll try to get out of here this way. This is actually the right way you're supposed to go, but I guess if you let that thing follow you, it would have possibly destroyed the boxes and let you get to those wisps in the water. You know, which wouldn't have really helped you out all that much, except for maybe the cyan laser. Okay. Oh, that's actually odd. You don't normally see the white wisps flying in the air like that. You have to collect them. They usually collect themselves for you. And we'll do it just right down the middle. Didn't get a grand slam. Possibly didn't kill every single robot in that little area. I always want to stay up. You know, staying up is usually the best. But maybe not. Looks like I very well may die if I don't get any rings soon. We'll go for the drill one. Okay. See if I can collect that Robotnik card up there. You know, if I do, I do. I'm not going to worry about it too much if I don't, however. Because, you know, it very well may not be. Yeah, that may be what tied to the Chaos Emeralds, and I would like to see that, you know, whether it is or isn't. Now, if you notice here, the bar for the Wisp power and the boost is a lot smaller than it is in the regular game, which does kind of stink, you know, because not only do you have less boost, but you also have less time while using the Wisp powers. You know. I don't think I collected it for Act 2, so I really don't know still. But I'm just gonna say that I did, and I missed it in the first special stage, and then we'll just leave it at that. Okay. This is actually pretty fun. It does give you, oh yeah, you'll hardly be able to see him with this red background. I'll go back to the blue one just so you can see where he is a little bit better. But this is actually pretty fun. I will definitely say it. It's not, it's a lot different than the traditional special stage style that you're used to. And that's not always a bad thing. They reuse the special stages a lot in the Sonic series, especially the half pipe levels, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but it's always nice for a change of pace. And that's another throwback. This is actually a throwback to the. It's almost exactly like the first part of Spring Yard zone from Sonic 1. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't think they got it exactly right, but they got it pretty close if they didn't get it exactly right. That's pretty cool. All you'd have to do is just have a few crab meats in there, sitting there throwing rockets at you, and then that'd be nearly complete. But yeah, that is definitely pretty cool. I'm adding, as I said before, bits of older Sonic games, and so if you do remember, yeah, this is almost like I won't worry about the slot machines, but that's exactly like Spring Yard Zone as well, with the kind of the holes with the spikes going through, spinning around through them. Back in that game, you couldn't duck. You could, you crouch to look down and pan the camera down, but it wouldn't dodge the spikes like in this game. You didn't go quite low enough to dodge the spikes spinning around, but that is pretty cool. I wouldn't be surprised if these other acts kind of copy the other acts from those games as well, and I just don't remember the levels well enough to actually remember it. Every little piece of ouch. Okay, so that's a throwback to Sonic Unleashed with the spike strips that the robots would lay down. Let me see if I can actually restart this and try to get time doesn't matter, so the time bonus won't matter at the end, but the spike, it wasn't really spike strips, it was something very similar to that, actually, that the robots would throw down. Ouch. And you'd have to jump over those as well at the right times. And there's rings for you to collect if you know what you're looking for. Ah, crap. I really need a checkpoint is nice, but I need a wisp, some white wisps. There we go. Come on. I hate those big moto bugs because they'll never. I did that one to myself. I hate those. Let's see. You can actually see it pretty good. Not the best, but I hate those big moto bugs. They're the ones that you need to hit to knock out all of the moto bugs in an area, and yet if they are right behind you, they never want to get up in front of you or right alongside you so that you can actually hit them. Now, let me see. There's just so much stuff here that you have to worry about. You have to worry about the moto bugs as well as the holes that you can fall through. What the? I guess I've taken damage and I... that's actually the first time I've ever game overed in this game. Yeah, no, so far too. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this definitely isn't like any old Sonic game. I guess if anything, this section could be similar to the from crap. Golly. From what was the level called? Skyscraper Scamper, Act 1, where the through the interceptor chase section. That's about the only thing that this that you could recognize this from, or this section from. All right, so we'll try to do a little bit better through here. You see, there's the big moto bug that will get rid of all of the moto bugs, and yet it still doesn't. Crap. Still doesn't want to move forward. Now, if I do die again, I think I will cut to where that I'm at least in this section again, because you've already seen all there is to see. Ah, wow. All there is to see in this back behind me. So I think that's what I'll do. If I do die again, I'm not going to try to die, but this is such a pain in the rear to get through. They do give you the warning that there is a pitfall here, but it's the warning doesn't tell you exactly which side it's on, and because it's kind of a split second decision to dodge it, there's no real way to say when you need to jump. And I don't know why I keep doing this. I've never seen a life come out of here yet, and I don't think there is actually lives that will drop out of there. I guess this will see whether or not it's tied to the those Robotnik carts or not. I'm actually surprised the bottom portion didn't fall out from underneath me. I figured it would have. Yeah, this is just similar to Planet Wisp Act 1, or Act 3, I think it was, maybe. Probably have to hit this button over here. All you have to do once you get out of that section, all you have to do is just push the control stick either to the left or the right, or however you're moving. Well, I'm gonna guess if it is tied to the egg hearts, you would have to actually collect all 3 of them from each act, and I know I have at least missed the one in Act 2. So if it is tied to that, and we'll just get out of here since we're right here, and I can't tell. It looks red, but it kind of looks like it's drained of life, like the Chaos Emeralds were in Sonic Unleashed after Robotnik sapped the energy from them. But it's still saying that I got them, so I guess they're not actually tied to the egg hearts. I guess that's a score base. You do gain 50,000 points. That's pretty cool. The red. Okay. That's pretty cool. The I'll turn to red just so you can see. And I know it's not quite as dark as it's Sonic. You can still see Sonic pretty easily. The blue hedgehog, but I'll still just go ahead and do that anyway. But that is pretty cool. They made the 5th special stage blue, and it's it's a remix theme of Aquarium Park, so that is pretty cool. I don't know, this kind of has a feel of Aquatic Ruin, or not Aquatic Ruin Zone, the water zone from Sonic 1 that I can never remember. Yeah, I cannot believe I can never remember the name of that, but it does look very similar to it, and just everything that's it's here, yeah. Because this was a section in that level where you could go to the left and gain some extra rings. It was you did have to flip a switch to be able to access that section in the original level. Oh, that thing again. Huh. I want to be careful because I am running low on rings, and I would really like to not die while going through here. I guess if you're unfortunate enough to activate it, or to activate the whatever that thing is, I guess you can outrun it. This is similar to the original level as well. There was some platforms that would take you up higher in the level, and what they would do is they would crush you against the pillars if you weren't careful. Similar to what those would. I don't believe they would actually crush you, but they would send you. The originals would crush you. I don't know if those in this game would crush you or not, but I would be surprised if they would. Trying to make it seem like the original. There was not quite so many areas that would crush you in the original level, but there was quite a few. I just cannot believe I cannot remember the name of that zone though. It wasn't Aquatic Ruin Zone because that's in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That was the water zone for there. And it wasn't Scrap Brain Zone Act 3. That was a water zone. But this is definitely a lot different than that game. I wouldn't be, well, no, they wouldn't have that in Act 3, or not Act 7, or Special Stage 7. They wouldn't have the Scrap Brain Zone Act 3 as the background for all that, and I think it changed to this other hedgehog. Yeah, it is still pretty cool how they could add so much little things from the older games into these levels. That is pretty cool. And some of it isn't. Like especially some of these sections through here, copying that water zone. And I didn't hate the water zone from the official water zone from Sonic 1. It just did, there was some areas that was a pain to deal with and to get through. And I guess I'm just going to go ahead and skip this instead of trying to break open, because it doesn't seem like I'll get any lives, and I'm just sitting and wasting time. And I don't want to make the video too awful long. It is getting a lot longer than I want it to, so I'll just go ahead and just start skipping that from now on. If I can remember to, I may get talking and continue to. Oh, that's pretty cool. They have shields. You don't actually see shields through the rest of the game. This seems to be the only area that has shields for the egg pawns, and egg pawns having shields. And this style of egg pawn actually first debuted in Sonic Heroes. Egg pawns with shields have debuted in Sonic Heroes as well, but there have also been different versions of the egg pawns with shields in other games such as Shadow the Hedgehog and egg robos that had, I guess, egg fighters that had shields in Sonic Unleashed. But they all came from the egg pawns that had shields in Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic Heroes. And because I didn't do too much underground sections in Sweet Mountain, I guess I'll go ahead and do the underground sections here. I wouldn't say these are remixed versions of. Whoa, that's a big mole. Get off me. Ah, crap. So you do actually die if you do get trapped underground with a yellow wisp. So you may not want to boost too much while going through here until you can get out. And there we go. There's the blue Sonic again. I'll see if I can. It's not letting me change just yet, so I don't know if if it just won't let me change yet, or what the deal is. There we go. But I lose all the boost that the other Sonic had, so I may actually just change back to him so I can use the boost while going through this section. Make it a little bit faster. Okay. Ah, whoa. I didn't think it actually jumped that far. Oh, wow, that was... Oh. You definitely want to be very careful. It not immediately running through the ring like that. It definitely is. It's almost caught me out several times, so you do want to be very careful. I am curious though with it'd probably follow terminal velocity, but the 7th special stage, music-wise, you know, because this is the 5th zone, Emerald Coast, or not Emerald Coast, Aquarium Park, and since I wonder if it would just be easier to use the spike while going through here. Oh, that's pretty cool. That being blue instead of pink, like it is in through the rest of the game. Huh, I don't know if I'm supposed to continue to go down or if I was supposed to go up while going through this section. And it doesn't look like. Oh, okay, cool. This is actually infinitely responding. So once you figure out which way you're supposed to go, you know, you can. If you do mess up, you can just jump back down. Whoa. Ah, crap. Those things on the sides I missed in Planet Wisp, or I guess on the tops of those platforms in Planet Wisp, will actually throw you off if you do touch them and have a chance of killing you if you're not careful. And we'll just, yeah, you want to be very careful while going through that section. Let's see. You can probably hang on to the ceiling through this section. I wonder if you're actually supposed to destroy all these egg ponds if something will appear. Ah, crap. I shouldn't have done that. Get away from me. I don't know why it's doing this for, or what its purpose is. There we go, okay. Well, just make sure we don't hit any mystery capsules anymore. Oh, okay, so I guess destroying the egg ponds is actually what you have to do to make the... Ah, crap, I didn't mean to hit that. I thought it was a different... Ah, crap, oh, okay, we can just use the whatever you call it, the wall jump through that section. Let me see. I can hear the red star of the goal ring. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I need to go. Probably don't need to be the pink spike, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway just for a color bonus. You can see you actually gain, as I was saying before, I think I might have got off topic and forgot about talking about it, but you actually gain different color bonuses for each wisp. Each wisp has their own set amount of color bonus that you gain, and so you have to sometimes consider whether going along a wisp path is actually useful compared to going along a okay, I can tell I'm going to need the boost through this section. Let's see if it'll fill it up all the way. It won't, so we'll just go ahead and fill it up ourselves. And you can kind of tell, you can see the Grand Slam. You gain an additional 30,000 if you do acquire the Grand Slam, which is always useful, not only because of the points that you gain from killing the robots, but the additional points gained for the Grand Slams. And you can see how difficult they are actually to start up and use. You know, you miss one robot and it's all gone. It's worthless to even try to go after the Grand Slam if you do end up missing a robot. So, outside of just the points that you gain from killing all of the robots, Now, I usually would have went up through that section. It may have been a little bit faster, but if you notice, there was some platforming sections to that, so I decided to not, to go ahead and just continue on going down. And I haven't noticed anything that looks similar to any other previous Sonic game. Anything that they've added, they seem to have only used Sonic. Oh wow. They seem to only have taken from Sonic 1 instead of the other Sonic games, so I don't know if there may be additional things added from other Sonic games, but for right now, I don't see anything that sparks any memory from previous Sonic games, at least here in Act 1. Seems like in Act 2 and 3 they maybe take elements from other games in this game, or other levels in this game, and then just kind of add sections of that together instead of actually there actually being that's pretty cool. Instead of it being green, it's a blue. Instead of there, being additional things from other Sonic games, instead of using things from different Sonic games, or making their own levels, and they are actually a lot of their own levels to a degree. It's not all just reusing bits from other levels, and if you think about it, you can actually make a pretty decent level just by taking elements from old levels in the same game, and you can make a level a lot better, or make a series of levels just by using elements from assets you have in your own game, in the same game. And so that there's nothing wrong with doing that, and it's not misleading in any way. They could have just made you run through, kind of like the Egg Shuttle. They could have made you just run through the same levels over again and giving you nothing different. So that's there we go. I'll see what a red one looks like really quickly. I almost forgot how to use the hover. Now it does kind of stink because what we've seen for so long has always been on the left side of the screen, and then now that's kind of why I haven't been using the red hedgehog, because everything's on the right side of the screen. And if you notice, when you're not using the red hedgehog, everything looks it's all see-through instead of it being right there in your way, especially while you're trying to go to the right here. But I'll go ahead and finish the level off with the red hedgehog. I guess it still has the blue hedgehog. I do suggest, if you are going to make a video about Gameland, making sure that you at least go through this level yourself. I know this is that's actually pretty cool. I didn't think you could use the green, or the hover wisp while underwater. If you're going to make a Let's Play, or just a video showing off Gameland, I definitely suggest playing the levels ahead of time. Instead of don't do it blind. That's what I'm doing. All of this is blind except for the first act, which crap, I keep using a drill boost function and keep going a little bit too far. But I keep, I'm doing this blind, and so I don't know exactly all that much to talk about. Facts-wise, I didn't check up on any trivia or anything like that, because I was going to do all that at the end of the video like I normally do. But I definitely should have went ahead of time and done this. See if I can collect lives. I'm not even sure if I can collect, oh wow, crap. That's the second time I've game overed. I always knew that on the bottom you could fly out of it, but I just wasn't paying attention to that. I was trying to go after those rings to collect an extra life, but I killed myself. I lost a life trying to gain a life, and that's something you never want to do in any game, but especially when you don't have any lives. You want to take it very easy. The controls for the hover once you go in the water is actually pretty bad. You know, the hovering feature by itself isn't the best. You know, it's too floaty, but you know that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be flying, or I guess hovering, and you know it takes forever to drop down or go up. But they definitely made it worse while it's underwater. See if I can collect these rings. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't think he could actually destroy those boxes, since we've never actually been up against those boxes to actually see. So remember, right down there on the bottom, as you can see, a way to fly out and end up taking damage. So no, you do not actually gain an extra life, so you can only hold 2 lives while going through this, which is actually a pain in the rear, and I should go after that that checkpoint down there, but I'm going to try and not have to deal with that. I definitely want to, okay. You see, you definitely want to be the green wisp while going through here. Maybe not so much through here, but I don't know, that's actually pretty useful. And we'll go ahead and see if we can get rid of that. There we go. Now this form, and I haven't talked about it outside of, oh crap. You may want to be the green wisp. No. Oh wow. That's actually, instead of the yellow drill, that's the yellow torpedo form. While you are underwater, you know, it's kind of, you don't actually gain a wisp in Aquarium Park, so that's kind of the wisp that you get as the drill wisp from. Yeah, that is actually, I believe that is Terminal Velocity's music. I think. If it isn't, it sounds very similar. I don't know why I went after that. It stinks, you know, I'm so used to going after every capsule that I see that I just go after, you know, any one, even though I know it's bad, and you're not supposed to go for those. Crap. I wonder if you can actually save yourself from falling if you change. I guess you actually could, in theory. No, well, once you change, you can't change back. So say you from changing from blue to red, you'd have to switch over. You'd have to touch the ground again before you could change back. So you know that kind of does limit what you can and can't do, saving yourself from falling. Which is, you know, that's a pretty good feature. You know, it's not, it forces you to be careful in areas such as this. But, you know, oh crap. But, you know, you can't help it every time that you fall. Just, yeah, so you could use it like that, but you can only do that once. And then after that, you know, it's gone. I'll collect a ring and see if I can. There we go. That's actually pretty useful. You can, while you're in the hint, or while Tails is giving you a hint, you can actually pause it. So, you know, while the game will not continue on, crap, while you're in the hint screen, yeah, it is still pretty useful. You can go away anytime. Anytime you feel like it, pal. Wow. Okay. We'll go again. This is definitely keeping pace with the typical 7th stage in the Sonic series. Definitely the hardest stage out of all of them. Yeah, there's not, you know, it's in most every game that has special stages, and even games that just have you going after a 7th Chaos Emerald, it's always it stinks. It always has you going after, the 7th Chaos Emerald is always the hardest to get. You know, that's true in Sonic the Hedgehog 1. It stinks. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic 2, definitely Sonic 2. Sonic 3, Sonic CD with the Time Stones. Also in, think of another one, Sonic Unleashed, the 7th Chaos Emerald in Robotnik Land is definitely the hardest one to get and the hardest set of levels to go after. Okay, we can kind of tell it's not a foolproof plan to make sure that you keep yourself from dying, but if you know how to use it, you know, it may actually be very useful. Okay, I didn't think I had actually collected a ring. We'll see where this takes us. Probably should just stay, instead of going along this path, I should take that lower path. Because while the lower paths are usually dangerous, they're a lot slower, and they're not, you know, they will help you in sections like this. Oh crap! I don't know if the other colors of the other colors for the question marks, I don't know if they will actually give you something else, or if they will always be that Robotnik head flying around. But anyway, so I still haven't recognized anything, you know, outside of just things that you could take. Oh, well, they took that concept from a level in this game, like through here. It looks very similar to the last few stages of Starlight Carnival. Okay, well, okay, I know how to get this one. Okay, well, maybe not. Oh well. Anyway, I'm sure you could use the orange rocket wisp, but I'm not too worried about it. To get that, you know, yeah, you just drop through there, but I'm not gonna worry about it. This video's already going long enough, and yeah, 57 minutes. That's way too long. All right, we'll go ahead and drop down. Oh crap, why did I do this? Okay. I don't know what the point of those the balls are. I guess, yeah, you can see here they took this element from Aquarium Park Act 5, I think it was, or Act 6. I think it was Act 6. Yeah, I don't know the point of these balls either, but yeah, you can say they took that from certain sections in Sweet Mountain Zone where you could destroy the egg ponds in the background. Oh no, I'm actually gonna die here. That stinks that they only give you one set of rings, or I guess only 2 rings while going through here. But yeah, again, I don't know what the purpose of these pool balls are, other than just helping you destroy the egg ponds without actually taking damage. But you know, they're a hazard more than they are a help, especially this one that doesn't seem to want to fall off anytime soon. Come on. Oh crap. Okay, there we go. So you can gain a little bit of distance with the. I think all you have to do is just trip it, and it should let you leave. All right, so here's the last one. This will probably be the hardest of them all, but you know. Anyway, so I may not actually do trivia for this one. I usually do. I actually have been doing trivia for the levels. or at the end of the levels, starting with Sonic Colors, just because you can get a lot more information out of them like this, rather than waiting till the end of the Let's Play. But you know, just because this level is so long, and I'm still got to do my wrap-up video. I won't show off Supersonic in this video, sadly. I'll wait for the wrap-up video to do that. And I know that kind of seems a little cheap, but you know, there's not a lot I can do about that. I am not too quick. I'm not worried so much about hard drive space. Just so much as time. You know, this is going on an hour, and I still don't know if I'm gonna finish this anytime soon. You know, I may have a whole bunch of trouble through this section and die a whole lot. And I'm sure this is the way we can... Yeah, you never want to hang in the air that long in a free fall, just be, you know, and not see the ground. It's never a good sign. And so you can collect the rings while you drop. But you know, oh, okay, cool. So we'll collect the yellow wisp, and then we'll go after an orange one. See if we can dodge all of these. And we'll go after this egg heart. I may be a little bit too far to the... Oh, okay, cool. I may have been a little bit too far to the left to be able to catch it, but I still did. I think I just nicked it. Okay, that did nothing for me. I believe yeah, you have to destroy all the egg pawns to make these pulleys fall down. Yeah, that is just like pool. Just not hit the balls at the right angles, and you can knock away all the egg pawns. I don't believe you actually have to destroy them all in this second section here. All you have to do is just worry about... And it still goes on. Wow. I think all you have to do is just either, you know, dodge them, or you can destroy them. You know, whichever you want to do. So I'm actually surprised that I haven't been able to find a wisp in a little while. There probably was one back there, but there we go. You can collect bubbles while you are in the drill form. I know you may have seen me do it during this video, as well as in Aquarium Park while I was messing around at the bottom. Ah, crap. And I can't collect any rings while I'm going through this. Ah, okay, there was no reason outside of just, I guess, ring score to go after that. You want to be careful through here. Yeah, I was gonna say. I still do not see any any one element that I recognize. Oh, crap. From previous Sonic games. Yeah, I definitely hate sections like this where you have to worry about both platforms falling out from underneath you, or well, not platforms, but something crushing you, and then you have to worry about holes as well in the floor. And there we go. That's all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds. That's the entire game land. I don't know what that did for me. I guess you can speed Sonic up while going through here. So if you have trouble with the speed, you know, you can do that if you want to. Alright, so thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many points did I gain from... okay, well, really quickly here, before I do the... You can see the option satellite is flashing really, you know, a whole lot. And this is a supersonic mode. You can either turn that on or off. I will have it on so that when I collect 50 rings, I will be able to use it. But anyway, so I think you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many of those egg hearts that I collect in the entire game land zone. I thank you for watching. I will be doing the wrap-up video after this. I will show off Supersonic. I'll talk about some trivia for the game and Gameland as well. So until then, later everyone.